think one of the biggest deciding factors in our lives, deciding how we are going to succeed in life, is our capability to be disciplined enough in our lives and create certain kind of concrete structure that we follow constantly in our lives. Create this daily plan that we follow. We set certain kind of limits and things that we will go through constantly daily. Plan ahead. We plan so that we can be satisfied and happy with our lives and what we are achieving. And then we have to follow up to that, accepting and following those guidelines that we have placed upon us. Without structure, I just can't see how we can, as humans, achieve something meaningful. The thing is that we, as often as humans, we have this bad habit to constantly widen our boundaries. If we let that possibility for us to happen, if we have no those boundaries set upon, if it just was about our minds, our free will, we would be constantly just seeking pleasure and trying to avoid these unpleasant things in our lives, and we wouldn't be achieving anything meaningful, something that is appreciated in this life and something that will give value to you and take you forward. If I look back on my life and those times that I achieved the most and developed most and grew most, was those times that I truly was disciplined a lot and have certain kind of structure constantly in my life and day-to-day life, certain kind of plans that I follow constantly without any kind of compromises. Because if you truly put certain kind of plan in your life, thinking forward, that you are satisfied and happy with, and then follow up to that plan, then you can be truly satisfied and happy with your life, and you can most of the time achieve so much more than somebody else. Because you are not just following your emotions and feelings. You know that you have certain things to do, certain things to follow upon. And before you have done those, you can't let yourself to do whatever you want. You have certain things to do, and there is certain kind of plan in your life, certain kind of order in things in your life. And these things are the thing that will make sure that you will always be in the right place, doing right things, being on that right path to everything meaningful. Something that you can be happy with, satisfied with. But truly we can't just follow our feelings and trust that we will do enough daily without any kind of discipline or structure or planning ahead. At least I can surely say myself that when I have no kind of structure in my life or certain kind of boundaries, everything will go little by little to the worst direction. And so it is also with your addictions. When I earlier in my life gambled a lot, played these online casino games, only thing that saved me and ultimately enabled me to quit ultimately, completely, was my ability to set those boundaries and try to hold them. If those boundaries wouldn't be there, I would constantly just more and more widen those boundaries and play more and more and ultimately lose all. And that is just how it is in so many aspects of our lives. You have to make sure that your soul, your true self, is the one that is leading constantly. It is not your mind and its desires, those feelings. Your true self have to be that captain of your ship. You have to be constantly aware who is control, who is talking now and who is leading this ship now. Of course, there is place and time for you to just enjoy and go for those things that give you that pleasure. But the order should be always the same, that the work should be always before the joy. That your true self should be always the one that is controlling, giving that permission to you to do certain things. That everything that you do, you will be satisfied with, and you will be aware with. You have consciously accepted those things to happen, planned ahead those things, and just not let your desires completely lead you. And that way you can be satisfied constantly in your life, everything that you do and have done, without any kind of remorse in your life. You can be proud of your life and everything that you have done and achieved. That is just, at least I myself want to live constantly, consciously, and for me for myself, I'm the real me, be in control. To live this life in a way that is meaningful, that there is a certain kind of direction and path me to go, that I have certain kind of purpose and meaning. Only way that I can achieve that is that I will take the responsibility of my life and try to be in control and leading my desires and what my mind wants to do. The true me will decide what I will do constantly, and that's how it should be in everybody of our lives. So if you truly want to achieve and succeed in this life, it needs some kind of structure in your life and discipline. You to do certain things constantly and set those boundaries with you. Plan ahead. Think about certain plan and create it with you can be satisfied with. What is those limits that you can put yourself and that are not too harsh to you, but are not too easy for you? What is that place for you? Think about these things and then create the plan and then execute it. It is not ultimately that complicated. And you don't have to follow anybody else. You can alone yourself create that plan to yourself. Ultimately your goal is always to just do your best with everything that you have been given. You don't have to be as good as somebody else. It should be always just competition with you. Always try to be better every day, better version of you. To create the life that you want to live, that represents the true you, that will show your true strengths, the true best version of you, for all of us, for you and this world, so that you can give the most of you, the best of you, for everything. And that is the purpose of the place to be for all of us. Thank you again, being with me as always, and if you're interested about personal coaching, I am offering that constantly. I hope you all the best and take care.